like a gift from God. She emerged. I think it was Friday afternoon. I finally got a response back. She has finally reappeared in our lives. She is finally back on the program. Paige VanZant is here. Paige, are you really there? Is it really you?
Yes, it is really me. I'm here. How's it going?
Hallelujah. Wow. I don't think I've ever tried harder to get someone on the program. Tried every single avenue. And I know you know this, but for some reason it was roadblock after roadblock. It was hurdle after hurdle. But some way, somehow, I kind of threw a Hail Mary, and there you were. You appeared on Friday. I thought someone was playing a prank on me. I thought it wasn't really you, but it is in fact you. I can hear it.
No, it just took a nice text from you, and I was like, no, I can make time for this.
Wow. All it took was a nice text. I guess in the past it wasn't very nice, but I'm so happy that you're here. We have so much to discuss. Wow, do we have a lot to discuss. Now, of course, we may have, if people are listening, they may have heard that you are returning to action in October 7th to be exact, UFC 216 against Jessica Ai. You're fighting at 125, but I would be remiss if I start there. I feel like we kind of have to start like several months back. You now live in Oregon, correct?
Right.
You're no longer living in Sacramento, right?
No, I'm no longer living in Sacramento. I'm training out of Portland, Oregon. I'm training alongside the American Gangster Trail Center.
Wow.
So it's definitely an exciting fight camp. A lot has changed from.
Why did you leave Sacramento?
What was that?
Why did you leave Sacramento?
If you guys know, my whole family is from Oregon. This is where I was born and raised, and I moved out of state for like 9 years, and then now it was just the perfect time for me to move back, be living with family, and hanging out in Portland. You know, I missed home, and now I have the opportunity to train out of home alongside my whole family while I fight. So it was just the perfect timing.
And so the question I keep getting is, are you still a member of Team Alpha Male? What is the answer to that?
Yeah, I mean, I know for sure I'm always welcome there. And Uriah is actually on my management team. We're still best friends. So I know I plan on going out there and training and cross-training here and there whenever I can. Just for fight reasons, I like to have my fight at one place and stay in one place. So I'm not traveling all over the place for, before a fight. So I'm going to have my full fight camp out of Oregon. But I know for sure I'll still cross-train with Team Alpha Male.
How did you end up at that gym alongside Chael? Why did you decide to go there?
So I really only chose to go training with Team Gracie Baja here in Portland. I chose it because of Chael. Me and Chael both had the same manager with MMA Inc., and they connected me with him, and I hadn't known Chael for a little while, and I messaged him and asked if I could come try it out. And after the first practice, I kind of knew it was where I fit. The head coach, Fabiano Scherner, really took me under his wing, and he's a legend in the jiu-jitsu world. He just won Worlds again for the 12th time or something crazy. So it's just a perfect fit for me. So everything's actually been going really well here.
And so when you fight in October, who will be cornering you?
So I'm going to have Fabiano Scherner,
Okay.
and then I'm going to have the boxing legend, Steven 2 pounds Forbes. And then I will have probably somebody from Team Alpha Male actually come out here and corner me as well. Someone who's cornered me for all 3 of my UFC fights, this guy, Owen Carl. Yeah, he's a member of Team Alpha Male. He's going to fly out here and work with me a little bit just so I have a little bit of consistency throughout all my fight camps. He's working with me and then also going to corner me.
Oh, okay. So anyone thinking that you're completely removed from Team Alpha Male, that is incorrect. You still have very much a connection to the team.
Yeah, that'd be totally crazy. Uriah's coming out here to train with me. I got Owen coming out here from Team Alpha Male to train with me. I've had a lot of people cross-train. As you know, a few people have trained or they've competed on that Submission Underground show or the Submission show that's out here in Portland. And all my guys from Team Alpha Male come up to Gracie Baja and train as well. So I'm still very close with everybody.
Now, recently you posted a photo of a cut on your foot, and this was a large topic of conversation. Was it real? Was it not? If it was real, what the heck happened? First things first, was it real? Was that a real cut on your foot?
That was totally real.
Okay.
Super painful. I was actually a training injury, kind of a crazy story. I mean, there's a few stories floating out there. There was a shark bite. I think I told somebody I got stabbed. There's a few things going around, but no, just a training injury. But yeah, I sliced my foot open. It's 100% healed up now, so it's good to go. I got my stitches out like a week ago.
So how did you actually cut your foot?
You know how in some gyms there's garage doors. Because we're just in a little, like a training facility. Well, I got taken down and I picked one of the hooks and it just like hooked my foot and ripped it open.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Was that
so
super
I
painful?
got ripped open by a garage door. It was really painful. The worst part is you could see like my muscles and my tendons move in my foot if I wiggled my toes. So it was a little gross, but just a flesh wound. So just a cut. I didn't hurt anything. It didn't hurt anything else. Just a little cut.
How many stitches?
7 stitches later, I'm good to go. Just 7.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
I thought it would be worse.
No, not bad. Nope, 7 little stitches.
And of course, I mean, moving and trying to find a new team and get comfortable, that takes some time. But you have not fought since December. Is there a particular reason why you stayed out for so long? It will be around 10 months since you last fought. Was that always part of the plan? Or did the return fight take a little longer to come together than you expected and hoped?
It actually did take a little bit longer than I expected and hoped. Just coordinating with the UFC, getting a matchup, getting the right fit. We were bouncing around between if I wanted to do the 115 or 125. There's a lot going on in the MMA world, obviously, right now, especially with Conor McGregor. It took a little bit of time to get things lined up. But I'm okay with it just because I'm training on with a new team and with a whole new camp. It just gave me more time to get situated and more familiar with the new coaches that I'll be training with. So I'm okay with it, but I am so excited to get back in there. I feel like I've been wanting to get back in there for it's been a few months too long, so I'm definitely going to be excited when that cage door shuts.
And just to be clear, you never considered walking away because you have so many opportunities outside. You just came off Dancing with the Stars and there was acting stuff and all that. Did you ever consider just not coming back to fighting?
Oh, no, I'm not going anywhere. So people are crazy if they think that I'm quitting this game. I'm not going anywhere. I plan on fighting for a long time. I'm a fighter first, and of course I'm going to pursue other opportunities that come my way because they're amazing, and I would never pass up something that I'm so passionate about, but I'm a fighter first and foremost, so I'm not going anywhere.
Were there people outside of the fight world that were trying to convince you to not keep fighting, to just do other things?
No, everybody on my team knows that I'm meant for fighting, and no one would ever tell me that it's time to step away unless it's something that I wanted to do. So my whole team is excited to get me back in there. This is something we've been working for a long time to get this matchup. So I'm so excited that I finally get to step in that octagon again.
Why are you coming back at 125?
Ooh, that's a good question. So, I don't think people realize how heavy I walk around. So I walk at I think my last 3 fights, I'm cutting from 137 to make 115. So it's a big cut for me. I'm a lot heavier than people realize. And, I was honestly killing myself for this sport. In my last, I want to say 2 fights or 3 fights, I've passed out in my bathroom. And this last one, I passed out. I had the doctors almost not clear me for the fight. And that's when saw me on the floor and had to call Uriah to come save me. So, it was just the perfect timing. They have the Ultimate Fighter coming out. The 125 division is finally getting built. So it just made first sense for me to try it out. I'm moving up, and I'm a big advocate for body positivity. And I was putting myself through an eating disorder to make weight. And it became not fun for me anymore. And I hated cutting weight. I hated the process. I mean, obviously, passing out on your bathroom floor is not fun because you're dying in a bathtub.
Wow.
So it just made sense. It's time for me to move up. I'm going to try it out. I want to love what I do, and the weight cut was making it so I hated this. And now I'm back to loving every second of it.
Wow. So was it ever, scary enough to where you thought okay, my life is in danger here, my health is in danger? Did it ever get that bad?
Oh, it did get that bad. This last one, honestly, my parents have never seen me cut weight, but they watched this one and they told me if I ever do it again, then they're going to disown me.
Whoa.
They know how talented I am and how smart I am. I could be successful at anything I put my mind to. And they thought I'm killing myself for this, and it's not worth it. It's not worth hurting myself physically for a sport. So I think everyone in my team kind of decided it's time for me to move up because my body's just not meant to be that small. It's just not. Me making 115, it's really, really hard. So I'm excited to move up. I think it's going to be where I fit the best. I'm the most athletic I've ever been. And I think for every fight, people say, oh, yeah, this is the best I've ever felt. This is the best I've ever felt. But they just say it to say it. But for truly and honestly, this will be the best I've ever felt in a fight.
So what would you have done had they not introduced the 125-pound division?
I was going to fight for it anyway. I let them know my next fight will be at 125, and that's just the way it goes.
Okay.
I just knew that 115, I was going to have to make some really significant changes in my life on a daily basis, which I already eat really clean. It's just my body's not meant to be 115 pounds. I haven't weighed that much since I was a freshman in high school. So I kind of put my foot down on this one. It was time for me to move up.
Well done. Did you consider going on The Ultimate Fighter as well?
Oh gosh, no. I don't even know if that was an option for me. That was just I think even if I had the opportunity, I don't think I would, totally honestly. I love the position I'm in right now. And I've heard stories about the Ultimate Fighter. I was able to miss it for the 115 division. I just heard it's awful. Everyone I've ever talked to said it wasn't the greatest experience they've ever had. So I'm really happy with the way things are working. And, I miss this 125 division. I don't get to fight for the championship right away. But I think one or two big wins in this division, I'll be able to really show this is where I belong and then fight for that belt pretty soon.
So you've obviously had time to reflect on the Watterson fight. Do you feel like the weight cut and passing out and all of that contributed to your performance, contributed to the loss?
I mean, I know it did. I'm not going to make any excuses, though. She was the better fighter that night. She beat me, and if I was not much more of a superior fighter, I would have been able to pull it together after the weight cut. So I'm not going to take anything away from her. But I think that the world will see that I'm so much better at 125. I'm going to be healthier. I'm going to be stronger. I'm going to be faster. And I can't wait to show that off.
And that was a big deal for you in the new arena in Sacramento, Uriah's final fight, and you were headlining. Mm-hmm. In hindsight, do you feel like you handled it all well, or was it a little too much?
I wouldn't say. I mean, I feel like it wasn't too much for me. There was a lot of factors going on, but no excuses. And I mean, for every single fight I've ever fought, there was a lot going on in the background that you just have to tune out. And for this one, I'm sure there's going to be things going on too, but it's all about pulling it together, and you just have to be a professional athlete and come together and put on a war.
Also, recently we saw you, which was kind of interesting, training with Cyborg.
Yeah.
How did you end up there, and are you still going to keep training with it? Was that kind of your process of finding the right team for you? How did that come together?
It was actually for a while. I went down and I tried Kings, and I tried training with Cyborg, and also training with him. I was like, this is where I belong. This is my fit, and I was going to actually make that move down to Huntington and train alongside Chris. I just love her. She's honestly the nicest person I've ever met, and she really accepted me as one of her own and was going to take me under her wing. But I ended up back in Portland and in Oregon. My family's here. It all came down to being around family and being around those that I love. And I definitely plan on cross-training with Chris more. She's just the nicest person ever. I want to say she's one of the best female athletes in the world. So I'm gonna try to train with her as much as I can. So after this fight, I definitely plan on going down there and cross-training with her. And I know she goes to Thailand a lot. I want to take one of those trips and go with her to Thailand and train alongside her.
It's interesting that we're talking to you today because today Reebok revealed their new line of clothes, and you've been one of the faces of Reebok. I'd be remiss if I don't ask you about that video a couple months ago where people were debating, going nuts. Was it a spoof? Were you being serious? Your fellow fighters were weighing in. Can you tell us about this video? What was the genesis? What was the line of thinking? Was it you just kind of, having a laugh? Was this some sort of viral marketing? What was that?
Who knows? Sometimes you just take videos and you just post it, but who knows? And I will say I love the new fight kits and stuff are awesome. So I think the UFC is coming out. We're going to have more fight options to wear. So yeah, I think everyone's going to fall in love with it. These are going to be really cool.
Wait, so you don't know if it was a spoof or if it was real, you don't know what it was?
Wait, which video?
You know the one.
I have to think about it. That was so long ago.
Well, I know. I've been trying to talk to you.
You know, I get hit in the head. I get hit in the head a lot, so I can't remember that far back.
You remember that video that Chris Weidman kind of was, you know, the one where he was sticking up for you? It was kind of cool.
Oh, Chris Weidman. Yeah, his video was amazing. He did send me that, and I just fell in love with it. That song was hilarious.
Wait, so you remember Chris's video, but you don't remember yours?
No, it was great. I think Chris Weidman definitely stole the show, though. He stole the show and had the better video put out.
Were there any lessons? Like, do you regret that video? Do you feel like this was a mistake to put out?
You know, I think that any media, good media, kind of. I don't know. Who knows these days?
I know. I mean, we're not talking about, you didn't do anything wrong. I mean, it wasn't like it was an embarrassing thing in that respect, or that you offended anyone, or that you did something to hurt your brand, as they say. But it was, I mean, it turned out to be this huge thing. It like exploded. You saw that, right?
I know. I had no idea. And you never know what's going to take off. All of a sudden, I saw that my foot was on TMZ.
Yeah.
Me cutting my foot open. So you never know what you're going to post is just going to take off. I think I posted a video of me eating once, and that made attention, too. So
clearly people care.
I guess so. I guess so.
Any other non-fight, like you were on Chopped recently, and that was success. And of course, Dancing with the Stars. What else do we have going on outside the fight world?
Oh gosh, Chopped was awesome. You know, it was a dream of mine to be able to compete on Chopped. So I was able to win my episode, and then I went on to the championship, and wasn't quite successful, but at least I can say I was a Chopped champion on my episode. I got to compete against some other really high level athletes.
And so, do you have any other, you know, Hollywood things coming up, or TV shows, reality shows, anything else that you're working on?
I mean, there's a few things in the works, but they're all very, like, at the beginning stages. But right now, I'm 100% focused on this fight. I'm staying in Portland until I fly out to Vegas for this fight. Oh, I did get a new puppy. That's really exciting.
Wow. What's his name? Or her name?
Oh, her name is Harley.
Okay.
And she's a Chihuahua wiener dog. A Chiweenie.
Oh, a Chiweenie. I think that's the first time that word has been uttered on this show. And is that your first?
No, I also have an American Eskimo Chihuahua.
Wow.
An Escamoochie. So we have the Chiweenie and the Escamoochie. And they're really cute.
Wow. And what's his name?
His name is Dennis.
Oh, Dennis. Okay, so Dennis and Harley.
Yep. Dennis and Harley.
And by the way, this is hard-hitting stuff here, but you did post it on Instagram, so I feel compelled to ask, and people have asked me to ask: Are we spoken for these days? Are we settling down? What's going on?
So yes, about that, I possibly could be spoken for.
Oh.
I'm off the market. So
this is
sorry, guys.
This is big news. Who's the
breaking news? Yeah.
Yes. Who's the lucky young man?
Until it comes out on the MMA Hour.
Yes. Finally, this is why I wanted to have you on, so that everyone would stop bothering you.
Yes, exactly. No, I am seeing somebody. His name is Austin Vanderford, and he's also a professional fighter out of Gracie Baja.
Oh my gosh!
So yeah, yep.
So we're staying in the fighting world.
Staying in the fighting. I mean, I don't really do anything else. So
that's true.
Yeah.
Other than dance,
the way it goes.
You do have the dancing.
That's true.
Wow, this is, I don't know if people are going to be happy about this, happy for you, or sad. I'm not quite sure.
Breaking news, guys. Yes. No, and I felt awful. I did post a picture with him, and people just love, like, hating on him.
Oh, my God. Does he get a lot of abuse now on social media?
My male fans aren't too happy about it.
Oh, no. So he's had to block people because you tagged him, so it's easy to find him now. Yes, it is. Well, you were just so excited. Out there on MMA, don't say something nice to the poor guy. He definitely has a few people not too happy at him right now. And you just wanted to share the news. You just were excited. You wanted to tell the world you're happy, you're in love, you found a soulmate. You just wanted to share the news, and then it turns into a whole thing. It's disgusting. It is, isn't it? I mean, people just don't want to see me happy. Well, I don't know about that. They just don't want to see me taken. Yeah, exactly. I think that's that. Okay, and then one last thing. I have to ask you about Jessica Eye. Do you like this matchup? Do you feel like this is a good way to introduce yourself to the 125-pound division? Yeah, I love this matchup. I'm stoked. I mean, I came to the UFC and said, hey, I want to live to 125. Give me somebody. And I also
she told me, she was like, hey, I'm coming down from 135. I want to fight at 125. And, Sean Shelby was like, hey, so the only fight is Jessica I. And so we make good friends. So I just texted her, and I was like, hey, we're the only matchup at 125. Are we fighting? Is this what we're doing? And then she agreed, and I agreed. So now we're fighting each other. But, I train with my teammates who I love, and we go on the mat, and we beat the shit out of each other, and then we hug it out at the end. And I think that's exactly what me and Jessica will do.
Wow. So you're actually, I didn't know you were friends. Do you prefer to fight someone that you don't like, or does it not really matter?
No, it doesn't matter for me. And I said that in the past with almost all my opponents. I've had a few of them that weren't too keen on liking me. So yeah. I've never cared. For me, this is a sport. It's just showing off my talents. I don't have to hate the person that's across the octagon from me, and I don't hate my teammates either. We go in and we beat each other up and hug it out at the end of the day.
And finally for you, Paige, I mean, with you remain in the public eye, people are still very much interested in you, but do you feel like you've kind of flown under the radar a little bit, like this is a chance for you to, the people who are writing you off a little bit after the Michelle fight that maybe said, okay, it's a little too much too soon, or you shouldn't be headlining, or you're getting too much attention. Is this your chance to shut everyone up? How are you approaching this opportunity?
I'm approaching it as just another fight. It's not a fight in the UFC. This is where I belong, and I'm just going to go show off what I can do.
All right. Simple enough. What a great thing to reconnect with you. I was starting to take it personally, I must say. I was starting to think that you were avoiding me, but I'm so happy that you're finally back on the show, and happy to hear everything's going so great, that you found love, that you have a fight coming up, that you're smiling, that you're laughing. It's a great time to be Paige VanZant. So thank you so much for coming on and for reassuring us, and best of luck in training, and best of luck in the fight on October 7th. I'll see you out there.
Awesome. I'll see you there. Thank you.
Thank you, Paige. Really appreciate it. There she is. Paige VanZant, 12 gauge, they call her. She will be returning to action on October 7th, and she will be fighting on UFC 216. She'll be fighting against Jessica I. She will be fighting on the pay-per-view card. She'll be fighting at Flyweight 125. See the Flyweight division in full force. They had episode 1 of The Ultimate Fighter this past week. Heard from Joanne Calderwood, now hear from Paige VanZant. So it is happening, my friends. It is going down.